Allow the children
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Read the caption of this broadcast. The description, a very long and detailed one, by the way. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today.
I
would promise that I do come with a bag of goodies, all to savor tonight. All you have to do is share the broadcast. Invite your friends and not so friendly friends, as advised. Sounds like or sounded like a joke, but it is not a joke. How to react to this? is sort of mixed, but I'll leave that to you.
And yes, aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ẹ̀sùn láti
Thank you. Far too kind. As you are joining, sharing.
ayé ẹ̀sùn láti
We are starting now. So today, now good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from or wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live for those who are watching it live. It won't really matter even if you're watching it as a replay. But here is the rider. There is this video that popped out yesterday, and it sort of thrown so many of us off balance, because the purpose of, or let me say the title of the video was that for the first time, the farmers in southern Nigeria, especially in Yoruba land, they would have peace now, because some farmers have signed a peace deal with Maiyegun. Mixed feelings, right? So a lot of us started digging. Like, what the hell? What was this? What's this all about? So many questions that even up till now unanswered. But what we finally figured out, what I found out, is that this is just a mere performatory show that lacks absolute no binding or any power or whatever behind it. It's just performatory. So, at the Maiyegun, because according to them, they are like the others and the farmers. You know the rhetoric, I mean, sorry, the story of APC, Egbekegbe, the Boko Haram's gang, Layamo and others. When this terrorism started, was that those who were killing our farmers, our people, on their farms, they were not Nigerians. They were from Mali, Niger, Chad, and all these places. Then they started asking us to give them lands if we wanted peace. This was the condition given by the government of Nigeria to the Yorubas, here to all of us anyway, the entire south of Nigeria. So this has been a bone of contention for a while, to the point that when the media says farmers others clashes, that means two people clashed, Abi, and maybe if there are casualties, dead bodies, it should be on both sides. Any kind of fight that will lead to the death of one, it should also leave some unimaginable damages on the other, Abi. How could the farmers and others be clashing on a farmer's farm? So if there is anyone that need peace, to sign a peace deal and say we are living and we will never perpetrate this act of terrorism on you anymore. It should be the Fulani terrorists, not the Miyegun fronting for them. And they are still projecting farmers' others clashes. So to bring peace, the Yoruba farmers who organized themselves in Ibadan decided to call it the South, the Southwest, the Southeast, the South. Meanwhile, it is mere APC, Egbekebese performatory show. I'll show you. First, the video. According to this lady, this is the greatest thing ever, like that. Listen.
History is being made in Nigeria. The Farmers Association is south of Nigeria, southwest. They are meeting with the entire Maiyegun, the pastoral farmers, and signing a communique that will be communicated to the president. And that way, there can be peace. They say, no farmers, no Nigeria, but great farmers, great nation. I am so proud to be here today. An accident that has turned to be a blessing. I would love to have you. Okay, ma. Nigeria, here is our chance to peace, reconciliation, and communal living. Just watch this. See the crowd. You can't fake this. See the crowd. Across the entire South, all farmers present in the house.
All state coordinators should place
nuisance lele.
So you see how propaganda does work. It's this. Inside that room, supposedly, were to be the victims of Fulani terrorism. Those who lost their farms or lost their lives and their family that survived them. Possibly one or two or so will be in that all. Then the Fulanis, they were supposed to be the perpetrators of this. They too represented by the Maiyegun. And a Yoruba lady was so proud. History has been made. Oh my God. The Fulanis have signed a peace deal with us. They have promised that our farmers can go to farms now. Our farmers can, there will be no issue anymore. There is a peace deal now. Is that actually a joke? That was my first reaction. Is this a joke? Until I saw this.
I'm going to read out the agreement. Very simple. Very, very simple. Attitude, sorrow, so we have discussed this. Coordinators, we have discussed this. Your Excellency, we have done that. So, Maka, very simple text. Our meta to our sign. This is to affirm that farmers and cattle herders in southwest zone of Nigeria have agreed to work together and in harmony for the benefit of both parties and Nigeria in general. Yes. Great farmers. Yes. Sign this day, Thursday, 18th April 2024. Àwọn olórí wa àwọn ọ̀gá wa tí wọ́n bá sáyìn. Prince Segun Daseolu, coordinator for Southwest Commodities Farmers Organization. Ẹnìkejì ni bàbá wa Alhaji Baba Usman Ngazarima, National President, Maiyegun Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MAGBA, and His Excellency Kemi Ologun. Then the witness is Royal Highness Senator Adewolu Ladoja. Thank you so much. read out the
Yes. La Georgia. I mean, I don't know how this lady, in their typical fraudulent propaganda or so way, I don't know why she's out to drag south, southwest, southeast into it. It is these guys who have been victims. Listen to this. Oh, let's just say, or your state farmers who are Yorubas, or your state farmers, the part of Yoruba land that you can call the northern part of Yoruba land, okay, has been under the endless attacks of the Fulani terrorists, purported to be Fulani herdsmen. I mean, herdsmen are the ones that will lead their cows onto your farms, okay? But you see the terrorists that are kidnapping people, raping women, old women, on their way to the stream, markets, and farms, collecting ransoms, kidnapping, people for ransom. Those ones walk about with AK-47, wrecking havoc as well. You see those ones with cows, they also walk about with their AK-47. If they ransack your farms and you try to push back, they will pull gun on you. You will be lucky if they don't kill you, but you will watch them destroy your entire farm. Or your state has suffered greatly. Out of all the farm settlement that Obafemi Awolowo, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, established across Yoruba land, across the western region of old, there is the biggest of them, and some of them that, one of the surviving among others is the one in Oyo State. And a lot of you have been hearing about the terrorism of Ibarapa, Ayete, Igogo, and all those areas. They are northern part of Oyo State. These are areas where you will see farm settlements. These are not just farms that you just be like, okay, I'm going to farms. No. We call them farm settlements. People live on them. They live on those, on those farms. Massive expanse of land that have already been occupied by the armed Fulani terrorists. Majority of the places have been claimed by them. Like, this is our own. That's your own there. This is ours. So all this happening. Now, if Ladoja, the future Olubadan of Ibadan, is bearing witness where victims on their own land, victims of Fulani terrorism, are happy to come and sign a piece of paper. When did Fulani started sort of honoring agreement? When? I remember when Devulumayi was crying when some villages, in fact about 3 local government areas in Ebonyi State, were ransacked by Fulani terrorists, and they killed and killed and killed until they couldn't hide it. And he went there and he was like, I had an agreement with their leaders. We had an agreement. We had this or that, but we've now realized that majority of them that actually live here, majority of them, they are aware of the attacks. And before the attacks takes place, right, they will all just move away. Like 2-3 days before those attacks will take place, all the Fulanis known in the area, they will all move away. Until after the attacks. Umayi said it. Go on channels, television, YouTube channels, okay? Type in Umayi and Fulani killings in Ebonyi. You will see that video there. He was pleading with the people of those communities that this wasn't the agreement. In Anambra State, Obaino actually made 3 of them, 3 Fulani from this Miyeziala, as members of his own cabinet, as advisors, advisors to him. That never stopped them from, wreaking havoc whenever opportunity presented itself. So, piece of paper that ordinarily is not binding, okay, is what this group of people are showing that finally history has been made. Fulani has promised us that they won't kill our farmers anymore. How great is that? Wow. Wow. No wonder she is so happy. In Yoruba land, not the Yorubas in Sokoto, not Yoruba farmers in Kebio. Yoruba farmers in Yoruba land. A group of people are so happy that their killers have finally agreed not to kill them anymore. I want to show you something. Take a look at the face of this guy that I believe is representing the Miyetsiala. The one that this guy was first asked, Abi, we have agreed, Abi. Have we agreed? And he was like, yeah, yes, we agreed. Look at his face first.
I'm going to read out the agreement. Very simple. Very, very simple. Attitude, sorrow, so we have discussed this. Coordinators, sir, we have discussed this.
Nuisance lele.
Abisa, we have discussed it. Abi, agree. And the power more, you will not kill us again. Yeah. Coordinator, Ati agree. Have we agreed? And then our sister was so happy because history has been made. They have agreed not to kill us anymore.
History is being made in Nigeria. The Farmers Association is south of Nigeria, southwest. They are meeting with the entire Maiyegun, the pastoral farmers, and signing a communique that will be communicated to the president. And that way, there can be peace. They say, no farmers, no Nigeria, but great farmers, great nation. I am so proud to be here today. An accident that has turned to be a blessing. I would love to have you. Okay, ma. Nigeria, here is our chance to peace, reconciliation, and communal living.
Nuisance lele.
Peace, reconciliation, and communal living. With who? Nigeria have over 250 ethnic nationalities that comprises over 500 to 600 tribes that speaks similar language, over 600 languages. But one of them, Fulani, that speak one language, Fufude, is the one we have to sign a peace agreement with before we can actually farm on our land. Are you being serious? Meanwhile, an average Fulani, this is how they see it.
Before I start, I may like to ask you guys to save this video because I know some of you guys or many of Biafran, they are illiterate, they are not well educated. Save this video, run to your neighbor and ask them ask them to translate it to you guys. I swear to Almighty God, even you people have separate your nation, mean Biafra. You must see Fulani in your land. You must, that one is compulsory. Fulani is either you separate this land, you separate your own Biafra. Wallahi, Fulani must go there. Compulsory. Fulanis are not your mate. We are not your mate. We are not your mate. Fulanis are not your problem. Why you guys like you are out of your sense? Fulanis are not your problem. You are fighting with the government and still now you are still fighting with the Fulani. They play. You guys are wasting your time. Oh. Allah, I swear to Almighty God, even you people spread this nation, you must see Fulani in your land, Biafra, you must see Fulani. I swear to God. This is what I promise.
That's the delusion that they actually work with. About to be honest too, if they have to leave everybody one-on-one, no government bias and all of that, Fulani can actually, like I am okay, in order not to sound like this is something I would like to see happen. No, that's not something I want to see. That's not the way I want things to be. But if it becomes something like a man-to-man, Baba, let's be honest now. Everybody is allowed to actually like, oh yeah, do whatever you can to defend yourself, Baba. We can actually kill that illusion. See, listen, oh, don't get me wrong. Oh. For time immemorial, the Fulanis, they see themselves somehow as fighters, fighters who are ready to die. And somehow, they're kind of right. They are right. But they are not always there. They are not totally right. Because even you, that you call yourself a terrorist, who can kill anything, you are brutal. When you face death face to face, you will shit your body. Do you understand what I mean? The terrorist that is bragging because he's allowed to carry that massive weapon, do all of that, no consequences. And it has happened again and again and again, no consequences. But from what we have heard, in few places where these marauders, this ragtag Islamic Fulani terrorists, where people have actually responded fire, most of the time they always have to run away. The operation gets aborted. If they get to a community, they have an idea before they attack the community. They don't attack any community during the day. They attack them very early in the morning or dead in the night, when they can easily start burning people's homes, and when the civilians are running out here and there, they can start butchering them and macheting them. Meanwhile, during the day or maybe during the week, they've surveyed the entire community. They know the homes or the houses where men are and where people have weapons. So all of these are done in the cover of the night. And this is what cowards do. And the moment the people want to go after them, because people usually know where they come from. The moment the affected community wants to go after them, the Nigerian military will move in and they will start arresting the youth of that community. And according to them, it is to douse the tension and let the government and let the security agents do their job. So average Fulani, who also has his, they have his 100% support for these lunatics. The ones that will easily gaslight you and say, it's because you hate Fulani. I do not hate Fulanis because I have no reason to hate you. But without having to use the word hate, I will spend my penny to pay and sponsor those that will use every of their training to neutralize a terrorist Fulani, a Fulani terrorist, because there are Fulani terrorists. In the end, like I said, out of 250 ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, only one of them that joined this space in 1807, the Fulanis, have been the one terrorizing the 99% of the entire country. Maybe that's an exaggeration. 100% of the entire country, you will see their fingers there. So if an average Fulani, the one that is not the one that is holding gun, has the mindset of it's nothing all of you can do, whether you like it or not, you will have Fulani in your country. You will have Fulani in this. So no, we won't, my dear. We won't. No, we won't. And if you are too young to know a lot of things in the past, until Bokwari came, they're not born una well. all this madness, all these negotiations, all these things, all these conditions, they were never in existence before Bokwari came. Fulani sitting down, Miyetiala asking, who be Miyetiala? But this is what APC has created. This is their creation. Before Bokwari, who be Fulani in any part of Yoruba land or any part of southern Nigeria? Talk less of them even having the audacity to come and give conditions to people, the people that are the indigenous people of the people that are supposed to be their hosts. You started giving them conditions or you kill them. So we can actually quickly cure a lot of them. When Nigeria breaks, we will cure a lot of things from the mindset of the descendants of Putman Damfodio. Okay? There will be a lot of things to cure. If them born you well, you did it in Ghana. Like I said, if you are too young to probably remember some of before, at least recently, even under Bokwari, you tried it in Ghana. Your gun, your cows, they are now being used as memes on social media. Some of the videos made from the barbecues that they used your cows for in Ghana. It was a single declaration, and this declaration wasn't even coming from the politician. It came straight from the police IG in Ghana. If you see any cow, we have heard that some of them are crossing through so and so region of Ghana. If you see them, any one of them, kill them. If any of those guys who are like leading them try to kind of fight you back, kill them too. It was an order. And before you know it, you no go hear about this Fulani madness in Ghana. You attempted it. That's how you will never hear it in Biafra, ever. In your dream. Cross-border, cross-border, go and die. And at that time, there will be no soldiers to go and stop you are crossing to another person's space. That's why it is. And that is why when they said that they announced that they wanted to crown an emir, maybe na Fulani emir, or maybe na Hausa, this, I don't know, in Edo State. So it got to the notice of the Oba of Benin and the Oba in council there. And they just told them, like, listen, if you try that nonsense here, if you dare, every one of you in this space, will vacate this space. I mean, like, this is the reality now. A lot of them might still be glossing over their one Nigeria, one Nigeria. The situation is that a lot of them are no longer, nobody trusts anybody anymore. And like we told you, Nigeria, as they know, is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. That could explode anytime. So they had to make a video. KBS, no, that's no, we are very sorry. I don't understand. Hausa, maybe you do.
My name is Nicola. I want this media say beg my papa or Monova who part of the over of the week for what he was here yesterday. Yesterday, that day, that news when they come say the years are voting for phone and media. And I'm not aware. I don't know if now another person and no forget one that is where our name for the name. I don't know who that thing. I know stupid things like that. Now believe the bombing. Now believe the bomb of Papa and the Gamba. Believe the bombing. I know the tradition of this state. Even our selfie say this small thing we want to give now to the help and assist the population of outside of Benin. It's anything when come out, I will put the assistance for Benin. I don't know how this thing happen. I used to go and beg my papa. The care when my papa get take from the care, I beg me some trouble. Hey, forgive me. Oba, I beg I beg papa, forgive me. I'm the son of Benin. Now Benin they born me. Now Benin I grow. The ancestors of Edo State, Benin. It's good for my body, for my family body. It's good for all our body. As I heard that thing yesterday, I no sleep. Who be me? Who be me for Benin? When I was saying, I want to go palace, I beg the good people of Edo State, everybody, may they forgive me. My papa, the good thing wey get live when you take place of pikin, I be your pikin. I no wan stupid reach who to do that thing for Benin. I beg my papa, at least God beg me, let him forgive me. Oba Atekpeye, my papa, I beg you.
He say, Oba Atekpeye, he say, they no born me, who born my papa, who born my mama. When I heard that yesterday, I know, the point here is this, right? They were contemplating of making somebody emir of Benin. I don't know. Hausas don't have emirs now. No, Hausas. What is the title of the Hausa king? Sorry. I don't know. So that got to the Benin people. Benin people, they don't joke with that, their tradition, and then their obao. Whatever you like, you can say. Whatever you feel like, you can stalk. And listen to me. They are ready and willing to go physical, especially where their sentiment about their tradition, their traditional, their royal stool comes to conversation. You see, that's why sometimes when I want to talk about the Benin and Benin people and the rest of them, I kind of, sort of respect that space, okay? It's just that the one they don't like me saying is that when Benin people tell you, let me tell you something. Oba of Benin can never leave the palace and go and see any politician and see picture. But that one is not the same thing. So they don't really like me saying that. So that's why I don't talk about the Oba. So if you try anything to challenge the Oba, forget about jazz or anything. They will go physical with you. And if you turn to Wahala, and in fact, they are already threatening Wahala. If they burn you, then born now, go do your Arewa, Emir crowning and all of that here. I think that now got to the Oba in council, and they send a message like, if you dare, don't try that here. Don't try it here. This is different from any other part of Nigeria. And those guys have to make video and say, Oba, we take concern us with them. No. We're only just we're only imagining it. No, we have no plan. No. These guys have already appointed a guy that was going to be crowned. All right, they've already printed invitation. There was already a flyer online and all that. For here, try on. Go apologize. That's the name. Awu Sarawa of Benin. That would be the name of a traditional king. And it's just because you see everybody don't trust anybody anymore. You cannot dull yourself. You shouldn't get caught in the web. Or the victim, you turn to victim straight. The Fulanis that are signing peace deal with the Yoruba farmers. A peace deal of a piece of paper. That same Fulani is somewhere in Bauchi, Lere, local government of Bauchi. They were negotiating on how to buy guns from undercover policemen. You may not understand Hausa. Fufude, whatever. See, look at one of them here. He's already caught, but he's calm. It's like, I just want to buy a gun. What do you want to use the gun for? Where do you need all the guns if we sell you the gun? Or we are taking them to Mangu in Plateau States. That's what he said. You can't make peace deal with terrorists. How can you?
Now on the video. Now you get 47. Make a chicken jakana. Bullet. Wato ka zo dan sanda ya sayar maka da bullet kenan.
Ran da take kamar yadda
Dan turo kusa.
Kamar yadda na faɗa cewa ne da Allah an neme ni da alfarma ga abin da yake faruwa a mugu lokacin da Allah zan taimake su. Nace musu wallahi ba ni da wanda na sani. Sai ba ni da wanda na sani, ba ni da wanda na sani. To daga baya ne ta tunani ce to dan Allah ba sai ba. Ko in tambayi Balarabe. To to abin da ya sa na buga balarabe ba sai balarabe ga abin da yake faruwa da mutanen mu dan Allah zan samu alfarma wai suna neman asasai
Da mutanenku ko da mutanen mangu?
da mutanen mu na mangu na fara
Mutanenku da aka ce?
mutanen mu na mangu
wato dukansu ne suka tambaye ka saboda ka ce su sun tambaye ka su waye kenan
a wakilci suka mu
wakilci
babaji da suka wakilci
okay
babaji ne ya kira ni
wato shi babaji ne kai dai ka sani
tsakanin da Allah babaji ne mun magana kudin ba wanda ya mun magana da
shi kuma ya baka kudin nan
shi ya bani kudi
nawa ya baka?
Ya bani naira 1,100 miliyan 1,100 ko da 500 kai
dama an ka saya ka kai mishi akwai wani alkawari ne tsakanin ku cewa akwai abin da zai baka ko
kuma Allah ya zama ka shaida wallahi ba mu yi alkawari da shi ga abin da zai bani
to kaga kana ta kira Allah kuma kai farawo ne kana kira Allah in ka san
amma ciyaman na lere
na rafi
ka san dai lere wajen da kake zama ka san yadda ake fama da kalubale na tsaro wanda ana ta kokarin wannan yankin a ga an zauna lafiya to yanzu kasancewanka shugaban Fulani shugaban mai yanci Allah ka zo yanzu a ce kai ka zo sayan ammunition za ka kai wa Fulani ko kuma kowane irin mutum menene wannan fasara ina zuwa ai mu ba mu magana ba mu magana mangu tunda ba a mangu kake ba idan
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now.
He's calm. There is no blood dripping from his body. He was there to negotiate for gun and he got caught and he was like, okay, yeah, okay. Where did you get this money from? Oh, it's money from my other people. Okay. So what do you want to use the guns for and the ammunition? So I'm taking it to other Fulanis who are currently in the camp in Mangu, because you know, that's what they are chatting about. If you hear any other thing, please tell my viewers. You don't negotiate with a terrorist. It's an ideology. They may look so dark and kind of a grievous to you. Like, how could people be like that? How can they be? Oh, this is so bad. That is to you. It is not that bad. I mean, the more horrible it feels to you, the more gracious it is for them. Yeah. We unleashed our pains on them. Now they are ready to talk. Your land or your life. Our land. Please take our land. That's why it's going to end it. Campaign of terror. Campaign of fear. And then you have some people who put on the best of their wares and said, we are signing a peace deal with a terrorist inside Nigeria. Here. They're not signing on anybody's behalf but themselves. And whoever are those who are behind them too should tell themselves that nobody is deceived. Some people might have enjoyed the performance, but nobody is deceived. I am not. I don't know about you, but I'm not deceived. So the people of Okwama in Delta states, they have now sued the Nigerian army. According to them, the damages done, the lives lost and all of that deserves some compensation and reprimanded. These guys should be reprimanded. Those responsible for this carnage should be punished. And when all that are done, a 200 billion naira suit is now against the Nigerian army. Let me show you the Okwama before and after and see what the Nigerian army did to the people of Okwama who are supposed to be Nigerians in their crossfire with supposed oil bunkerers. Lives were lost, properties were destroyed, a beautiful community to some extent have been left in the rumbles, like to just mere rumbles. I mean, rumbles or so. Rumbles. Let's go to Kwama. I'll show you.
My name is Austin. I want to reiterate my statement earlier on that we
The entire community gone. So that gives you the idea of what they did in Okwama before they finally allowed the people to come and access the place. By the time the media got there, there was no single soul left in the entire community. You saw it from the above, and you saw it up close, Abi. That's what Nigerian army did from the 15th of March, when they said 17 soldiers were killed by the people of Okwama, until they later said these soldiers were killed by some militants who were doing oil bunkering. But the community is gone. Lives lost. And Nigeria is not at war. Let's go a little bit further. This time around, let's stay a little bit in that Niger Delta. First, the committee called the Senate Committee or something, they visited Port Harcourt. So go and take a look at the Port Harcourt Refinery. The one that you shared the video. Yes, you. The one you joined them to share the video in December. Oh, sorry. Yeah. In December, Port Harcourt Refinery back to life. Dangote Refinery begins operation December 2023. This is April 2024. And these guys went there and they still continue to lie to you. You know what they say? Well, they said the refinery will not start work until towards the end of the year. No specific time. But yeah, let's stop there and probably share that. Listen.
Members of the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on the Turnaround Maintenance of Nigerian Refineries are in Rivers State. They've come to assess the level of work and preparedness of the two Port Harcourt refineries. The old refinery was built in 1965, while the second refinery was built 23 years later in 1989. Like the other refineries in Warri and Kaduna, the two refineries that make up the Port Harcourt refinery have been dormant for a long time and unable to meet the energy needs of the country, even after billions of dollars have been spent by successive governments to revive them. The security and economic consequences are that the country has been forced to rely on importation to meet its energy needs.
We have a resolution in the Senate to look and make sure that Nigerian refineries are working so that we shouldn't be dependent on importation of petroleum products. And that is one of the reasons why we are here, and as well to look into the contract.
This is not the first time hopes will be raised about the refineries coming back to life. But the chairman of the Senate Ad Hoc Committee, Yoruba, wants Nigerians to discard their doubts.
What we saw is most encouraging, as the refinery upgrade and full rehabilitation is almost at 90% completed. We are confident that the refinery will soon be operational before the end of the year.
When operation of the refinery starts, issue of importation will go down. We will now make our own FX. Economy will grow. Internal revenue will increase. more projects will be executed in state.
Governor Sim Fubara says his administration is already complementing the efforts of the federal government with the construction of an alternative road to the Port Harcourt Refinery.
It will help to decongest the trouble commuters face along the East-West Road and easy access straight to the refinery. So you can see our government is working in line, supporting the administration of President Tinubu to give our people hope.
While commending the Nigerian Senate for its bold initiative, Governor Fubara is, however, not happy with the effort made by a member of the committee and senator representing Rivers Southeast Senatorial District to discourage members of the committee from paying him a visit.
This is
that is if the Olokpas are working. So that's how they play people, right? That's, you know, we believe the refinery is now 90% working, ready. So 90%, and it's going to begin operation before the end of the year. Before. Oh my show. Anyway, let's stay a little bit in Rivers, because this one seems to be a funny one to me. Very funny in the sense that when Wike was governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara was the accountant general of Rivers State. He personally was not accused of stealing, but Wike, normal, Wike was supposed to be arrested the day he handed over to anybody, the day he lost his immunity. But thank God for the emergence of Tifnumbu. He quickly has a place to hibernate for now. Because you see, before the 2023 Charade elections, Wike, who happened to be like that of Lagos, you know that in Lagos, it is whatever the alphabet tells you that they generated from IGR is what the rest of you will be repeating. Lagos now generates over 30 billion a month. Are you sure that is actually what Lagos generates? Or how much they tell you they generate? So let's go back to Rivers. As far back as 2022, because the Bokowaris EFCC couldn't get to Wike because of immunity, they had to declare Fubara wanted. The man who knows where the bodies were buried, where the monies went, the one doctoring the figure and giving Wike a clean bill of health. The accountant general of Rivers State, Simenayi Fubara, he was declared wanted by the EFCC. Baba, 1 year, put it this way, 14 months before the end of Wike's tenure, Fubara and his wife and his family, they had to remain inside the government house of Rivers State to avoid any arrest. These are open secrets. It's all because of money. The day that after Wike has sort of secured every sort of opposition to his anointed candidate, Fubara, the rumor then was EFCC knew that Shebi Fubara will come to PDP secretariat to come and either pick up his governorship form or submit the governorship form in person. We arrest him that day. So, Wike, if you go and look at the video, Wike was acting like the bodyguard of Fubara that day. And that is why it is paining Wike so bad that he did everything to cover his ass and make Fubara governor only because he asked for 30%. 30%. Fubara refused. Does Fubara know that? Shibi Fubara knows that we did not tell the River State people how much money we are actually generating? Because it is not like as if Fubara attracted some foreign investors who have created more jobs, and then people are paying more taxes and businesses are paying more taxes in River State. No. The guy just stopped giving the money or stopped giving CISA what CISA thought is the 30% of the River State money. And just less than a year, Fubara has come out to tell everybody that, listen, I have more money to spend now, guys. Shebi, we told you that the monthly IGR of River State was 12 billion naira every month. Well, I have done something better. It is now 27 billion a month. That is massive. Far double what they usually declare. But is this a good thing? According to Fubara, he is not sharing this with anybody. And that has made him bold enough to award awarded several projects in with a weakest local government area to the tune of 6 billion naira. See, all this I'm saying to you, right? They are just like the prologue. There's no miracle done. Somebody who was taking something just decided not to give that again. Now you will understand why with the Wike we do everything to. Listen to Fubara. What's the magic? River State people, it's like your money is finally been kind of, maybe not everything, but a substantial part of it is now available. Hold Fubara now.
When I was appointed the Accountant General of the state, from the moment I assumed that position on the 1st of January 2020, the position of our state changed. We started recording the best reporting of accounting report in Nigeria. You can go and check. Our record improved. We had nothing to hide because we understand the numbers and the presentations were very clear to everybody. So, what does it reflect? It means that transparency is there. Accountability speaks when your reporting are in order. Because it shows judicious use of resources without fear. Honestly, when you're reporting, it shows that, look, your records are in order. And those were the services we rendered to the immediate past administration. No matter the challenges we are facing today, our eyes will still be on the ball. We will not lose focus. We have promised our people that our government will be a government of the people. We care for the people. The people is the most important thing. I read a book who said, what was the strength of Rome? The strength of Rome was just the people. When you have the people, you have everything. It doesn't matter the high or mighty, the number of policemen that you carry around. The people is the most important thing. Because the people are the ones who in their subunits control people, who at the end control other people, at the end makes the decision when the time comes. It's not the policemen. It's not the army. It's not the escort. It is the people. So our concern is the people. When we came on board, we had a very big challenge. For 11 years, there was no promotion in this state. So imagine a government that inherited about 52,000 civil servants, and you want to pay them because what we were paying before I came in was an average of 5.3. Let us even do 25% of it across board. It can't be anything less than 8 point something. Is it not? That is what we started paying. How much is our allocation? So we need to think outside the box. That was where we now did a rejig of our internal revenue. And I can tell you today, all the projects we're doing, we don't borrow. We are very transparent. We are not hiding anything. That is why I boldly will say it. The least we do this period is 26, 27. The highest they were doing before is 12 and 13. You're not going to take the money from me now, so why would I tell you? It's for the people. And we'll make sure that we deploy this fund to the people. We'll make sure that we apply these funds areas that will bring positive change. Education, healthcare, agriculture. We'll also do a few roads, but the most important thing is these 3 items. That is the only way we can save ourselves from this present situation of hardship. Save ourselves from this issue of societal ill. You call it cultism, whatever you call it. If there is no good education, education is the only way we can go to instrument we can use to fight it. And we need the health care. You need to be alive to even drive a good car on the road. You can imagine how much we spend in medical tourism. So those are.
If is sincere, it is actually a good thing, okay? Because imagine from 13 billion to 27 billion. That's a lot of money. And if it is indeed used for you, I mean, when Wike was keeping away a lot of money from River State, a lot of it. River State currently is in debt of over 300 billion naira. It is moderate. It's not that bad, except the fact that the money was borrowed and then looted, stolen. The noise when Wike has been shouting and everywhere, people have come out to say he is the worst of all those who have been in charge of River State. Like he is actually absolute worst. But that's not the impression out there, Abby. That's not the impression. When Wike Mr. Flyover 1, flyover 2, flyover 3, flyover 4, flyover number 5, flyover number 6. You remember that? The guy didn't do any single promotion for all the civil servants in the state for 8 years. Prior to that, Rotifmi, Amechi, Ubima Judas Iscariot did not do any promotion in River State for 3 years. Plus, with the weekends making it 11 years of no promotion. People were just being paid the same salary scale. And guess what? When the Wike was in money bag. Oh, you saw this confidence you are witnessing. It's because when Wike was so loaded that other governors look like other governors, they feel like boy to him. They say with Wike alone, during his time, at the peak of his power, he himself was sponsoring over 15 people to be governors. He was sponsoring 15 governorship elections in Nigeria. In the north, in the west, in the east, in the south, because they went to him. Obaseki is a regular customer now. They go to him, there is money. So we will be able to now say, this is how it's going to be done. That is been done. We'll give you 2 billion. I'll give you 2 billion. Okay? You will win. Don't worry. After that, you settle the INEC, you settle this, and then you settle the judges. That's it. Wike is the only state governor that could actually mobilize other state governors for their own elections at the peak of his reign in River State. So the guy talks all the time as if to say he's indirectly talking back at Wike. Here you get, like, I mean, I will tell you how much we are now making. Not that we did anything special. It's just that I am special. I am Fubara. I've always been helping to improve the IGR of these states. But now, nobody's taking the money from us. So I've got 27 billion. And I could do everything without even borrowing a dime. Not because Wike saved money. Just because Wike stopped taking money. That's it. And I have seen some of the Agbadorians who have actually condemned him. He's such a very, very ungrateful person. Somebody made you a governor. Didn't you know what you are going into? Did the Fubara not know what he was signing up for? Agbadorian, born to suffer heavy. I told you, majority of you are not really because you don't like, you hate corruption or hate this. No, it's because you are not benefiting from it. Nigerians, there are Nigerians who probably felt like he's ungrateful. I don't like ungrateful people. So they would have been sharing the money. So if Fubara is using the money for you, River people, if you not watch me from Rivers and you are not a PDP guy, what do you call it, a member, a Riverian, you are there from River State. Tell me, is it true that Fubara is now using your money for you that you can see? Or all these things are just to rubbish with the Wike? Because now we know that Wike is absolute trash. Do we actually know, or is, I don't know, don't worry. Let's go to the another one. Today, the 2 weeks wet run, I mean a dry run for the Nigerian Naira, the artificial buyback, the voodoo economy of Kadobi, Oduduwa, Emefiole. It seems to be kind of like either they are like taking a break, like they want to take a break. Like let's take a break, and they've taken a break for just about less than 24 hours, and the Nigerian Naira have started taking another turn. Remember, people were kind of wondering that which kind of economy be this? The dollar is coming down, the price of food commodity is going up, food inflation is now higher, 40%. What is all this? People were not sure, but there were rumors that price of bag of rice is kind of has come down, right? From 80,000 down to 54,000, 56,000. That's some fair thing, even though it's probably you need to even go more. But the shocker is that today, from 1,100 Naira or 1,070 Naira to $1, where some even said they got it 2 days ago for 950 Naira to $1 from the places where Kadobi gave them dollars. But if you couldn't get from where Kadobi gave them dollars, 1,365 Bureau de Changes collects money, $10,000 each from Kadobi every day during the time of that their dry run, in order to determine how much they will sell the dollars. Since the demand at the time is not really that much, they were able to pump out. At a point, they spent $69 million given to the Bureau de Change in Nigeria in a space of 4 days. 4 days, $69 million. So that's the money that was sold for 950, 1,000, 1,100. So it's like the money is not being shared again in the last 24 hours. Because more people couldn't get the cheap one. The available one has now affected the overall exchange rate again. And if nothing is done, if they don't pump out more of that dollars in this coming week, we may begin to have another problem of, and this time around, still, you were all watching how the dollar, how the Naira, from 1,900 Naira to $1, when Kadobi and his gang started their voodoo artificial Nigerian Naira fighting back. And from 1,900 Naira, let's even say, come down straight to 1,100 naira. But you remember when these criminals came in from, when they exchanged the baton with each other, right? The Nigerian naira to $1 was 710 naira to $1. Now, 710 naira to $1, IMF that brags that they were the one who advised Tinubu to remove subsidy. The moment the announcement was made, everything else just went south. Then the dollar jumped straight to 1,900 in the space of 8 months. Then they decided to start kind of like selling the cheap dollars to see if they can break the market and all of that. And I said they will need a lot of dollars to actually continue to break it, since the naira that is fighting back is not because of increased electricity, increased production, increased job creation, or anything at all, or increased exportation. It was just these guys who decided to go and take part of your foreign reserve and use a fraction of that to sell at their own subsidized rate, 1,100. When they remove subsidy, a bag of rice jumped from 30,000 naira to over 80,000 naira. Remember? A liter of petroleum also jumped from 167 naira to over 650 naira. That happened because of that singular announcement. It's been 2 weeks now that since Nigeria naira and this artificial buyback has been taking place. It has taken them more than 2 weeks for the bag of rice to come down from 80,000 to 56,000 naira. Now, if this, listen to me very well, if the buyback they were doing, all these cheap dollars they were subsidizing, that they possibly just stopped, the demand to override the supply in the last 24 hours, and the price did not change again. Now, you see, it took them more than 2 weeks for the price to come down. Now, if this thing, if they don't quickly pump out more dollars now that they can sell for 900, that'd be 800, that'd be 1,000. If this thing lasts for another 48 hours, Baba, the bag of rice that spent 2 weeks before it come down to 56,000, it will shock you. Say if it jumps straight away down to 100,000, 105,000, 110,000 naira in the next 1 week. And I keep saying this to you. This is not even a wish. This voodoo economy will bring out the beast in you. I say, this voodoo economy will bring out the beast in us. This balablu economy will bring out the beast in you. Because they deceive you so well that they ask you to start clapping and begin to, they were even demanding that they needed a medal for bringing down for destroying your economy, and destroyed your, what you call that again, standard of living. And then they wanted you to celebrate them once when they brought their voodoo rate down through the back door abracadabra buyback. That does not really reflect with anything in the economy activities. Nigerians are so poor right now. Nigerians are like destitute. Oh my God, I'm playing destitute. If you like, say, you go to the refugee camps where people come in to give people support, and then you see the number, and you said, what kind of business can I do here? Or what kind of business can I do with these people? I must see number. Maybe I should start food business. Now, starting food business is not a problem because people need to eat. But the problem is that the people that cannot afford to buy the food, what use is their number? Country of 210 million people. 145 to 150 million of them are living in multi-dimensional poverty. Extreme poverty, she describe. And they still want you to think giant of Africa. Giant of Africa, the giant of, the highest concentration of destitutes. Nigerians have been made so poor that they could barely afford any real thing. Right? The number is no longer a blessing. It has become a curse. How do you feed them? How do you provide health care for them? How do you keep them safe? These are supposed to be the priority, but it's not their priority. It has never been. And that is why they can play with your lives, gamble with it, and begin to ask you to, are you not happy? Are you not happy that the naira is coming down? The time the naira is going up, you are talking and talking. Oh, short dead, yeni. Now so you read it, Tony. Do you think life is all about what you want to hear? Okay, yeah, now you are hearing it to Nigerian naira to dollar is now 400 naira. Would that make you happy? When people can still afford, they can never afford. Like more and more people are falling into the bracket of those that cannot afford to buy basic things. And these guys are gambling with your lives. They are gambling with your savings. They are gambling with your investment. They are gambling with your insurance. They are gambling with your health. They are gambling with your life. And they can keep doing it back and forth. Because they can count on you that you are going to wish them well. You are going to believe what they say. And you are going to pray that what they are saying, may God help them. And the moment they fail you, shameless you will be looking for who to gaslight. And there's something they say, the dildo of consequences is highly and well lubricated. As they say that bad governance is a stray bullet. It doesn't discriminate. It's the same thing with the dildo of consequences. It is well lubricated. And that is the part where they say Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria no happens. So once Nigeria, they happen to you, right? My mom will say, oh, please, don't do me. You. Is one of my mom's popular saying. I was so young and I'm like, she was metaphorically, saying, what I am facing is not physical, but I can feel the thrusting. I can feel the gravity of it. So please stay away. And that's what Nigeria is. Everyone who, whether directly or indirectly, whether you are in support or you are not, especially those of you who are in support, hoping that somehow what you are expecting is a better deal from these rogues, but they gave you the worst of the worst deal. The dildo of consequences is always well lubricated. You will feel it. I just hope that you'll be bold enough to, wishes don't run a country. You can win it. I mean, you can use propaganda to seize power. And from my own experience, you will need more than a propaganda to run a country. You will actually have to do the job. But these ones, I don't think so. The rogues that, the rogue that escaped, Bello of Kogi, Adoza Bello, the wanted thief of Kogi. Number one is not missing. Bello is not missing. And I don't know if it is just me. Have you seen the same EFCC freeze his bank account? Begin to take his properties? Because it seems so unusual. I mean, Bello still have access to money. It does. He still have access to protection. They know Bello is inside the Lugard house, government house in Lokoja. They know. But they have arrested those policemen that they blame for his escape from the grip of the EFCC in Abuja 2 days ago. You know, normally they have told him, gas station local report, all right. Gas station local report, all right. Yeye Bello is yet to surface in the last 72 hours. But the policemen, according to the report, the policemen that sort of shielded him from being arrested, they have been detained and they are being held responsible for Bello's escape. Some others are already calling on the Kogi State House of Assembly to do something about the Olodo that smuggled him out of the grip of the EFCC. Olodo, who happened to be the product of the same Yeye Bello, who endorsed and certified an office for Yeye Bello, an office called, a newly created office called the Office of the Ex-Governor. So as for Yeye Bello to enjoy police protection like a governor and still kind of parade himself, pretty much look at himself like a governor. Yeye Bello happened to be the youngest governor in Nigeria when he became governor of Kogi State. Somebody said, at least many of his mates are stealing more than that money. And another person responded, shut up your mouth. There's no mate of Yeye Bello that stole over 80 billion in Nigeria as a governor, because there is no Yeye Bello's age mate that ever becomes governor. Not before him and not after him. So he's the youngest governor. So if you are going to talk about leadership, Nigerian leadership, where a lot of people believe that the old relic, the criminal old politicians who never want to let go, they're saying they are the problem. No, they're not. Majority of you are just waiting for your turn to wreck your own havoc. If Nigeria can be put on eBay and somebody is ready to pay, some of you are willing to make the deal without giving a damn to whatever happens to those who are inside the place. They can find a place, they can find their own place as long as you get paid. You are worse than them, no doubt, but you are learning from them. And they say, you see, when you learn from your masters, you are expected to be better than them, don't you? Yeah, you are expected to. And that's why Yeye Bello, who called himself a lion, at the time he was governor, he actually saw himself like a king that was going to be there forever. On one occasion, he had a chance of bragging to his own people, "Emi white lion, Kogi is my den." White lion to the white chicken, or a crossbreed lion and chicken. Watch the end of this video.
Let me tell you, just a while ago, while I was coming from Abuja, back to my territory, to my day, the lion's day, an antelope crossed the road. Let this be the first and last.
I'm watching you. I will not caution again. I will not warn again. You will hear it.
A few moments later.
God have mercy upon us.
Do you know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? I know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Do you know GYB máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? We know GYB máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Ìwọ Yaya, you Yaya, kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Ẹni tí mo bẹ́ lórí tó ń tẹ̀nu wúyẹ́, kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Do you know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? I know
Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Do you know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? But that kind of a rhyme is actually a tune. I think somebody actually makes that up sometimes. When that video came out, they put the sound into it. Do you know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? Not. I know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Do you know? Like that. I want to do that like, I think it's the left one. That. Do you know Yaya Bello ma shewon leyin ijoba? No, Yaya Bello ma. He no go shewon. Nigerian court says nobody should arrest him, nobody should prosecute him for stealing 80 billion naira from the people of Kogi State, making them one of the poorest states in Nigeria. Unpaid workers, unpaid contractors, unfinished projects. But here, we are having a media trial. Listen to this. Nigerian court ruled, and this man is not having it. I'll show you. Yeye Bello. Do you know Yeye Bello ma shewon leyin ijoba? No.
Yeah, it might, lawyers are so disposed to say, oh, whatever court order obey, and that's true. But at the same time, we should in the same breath say, why should some courts act so unjudicial? I mean, I don't understand why anybody should give an order at large, say somebody cannot be arrested, questioned, investigated. I mean, it's totally unjudicial. Because the freedom that the law gives you is freedom from protection. There's no harm against a citizen being investigated. So I think the judicial jurisprudence is so poor. If it's not mischief, it's just elementary lack of knowledge. I mean, so perpetually, just like the one they gave to Odele at a point. So perpetually, it shouldn't be quizzed. It shouldn't be, assuming they are able to commit a crime now, kill somebody as ex-governor. The police is restrained from asking, inviting. I think there should be a judicial policy from the Supreme Court saying, in fact, it's something that someone should be sacked for misconduct. Why should they give to look, you can give an order restraining them from doing XYZ within a period of time and say return day, they should come and explain why they should do that in the next 2 days. But these orders are ridiculous, and it's not good for judicial, for legal profession for us to emphasize obey customary order, obey kangaroo order because it's a judicial order. Yes, that's true. At the same time, in the same breath, it takes you to tango. There's the other side of dignity of the court that judges themselves should not be used to make ridiculous orders against state institutions that have constitutional work to do. For example, nobody should make an order restraining police from inviting, investigating anybody. But that's really unconstitutional. Now, back to the point around Yaya Bello. I think it's really sad. Look, you should borrow a leaf from the royal brewer called Cubano High Priest. He said something very important. He said, when they invite you, go there. That's what Cubano said. He said, go there. The EFC doesn't kill anybody. Look, this is a governor for 8 years who appointed Attorney General, who understands how the court works. He shouldn't be afraid of an indictment. There are many people who EFC have indicted. A few of them have escaped, quashed and discharged and acquitted. Some are still on trial, but traveling, doing other things. Even some are still government officials who have cases in the FCC. I mean, in this government, there are plenty of them, including the Senate President himself has case. Several have cases. So it's actually, it tells a story of deep disorientation and I mean, this is like a comical character who is now, and again, we must talk about the acting governor who lent himself, presumably, to an illegality.
No, the present governor.
Sorry, the present governor. The present governor, I'm sorry, not acting. The present governor who lent, used instrument of his immunity and take control. But the bigger scandal here is, I think we'll probably get to that. Why does the security forces work? That time was EFCC, the military fighting. Why are they so disorganized?
Yeah.
Why
it raises the issue of rivalry between
and it's also
the security
corruption.
agencies,
I mean, look, corruption. We saw when I was a advisor to the Senate President, we saw Chimaroke's police fighting with Ken Namane's police over protocol. I mean, so look at the story. The police security officers feel more obliged to their principal, who pay them and give them kickbacks and kick front and everything, than to the state. It's a deep-seated corruption in the police force that they don't serve the country, they serve the big men who parade them.
Continue. 70 years old man. Is that you?
Jesus is Lord.
Nigeria is in crisis. And this crisis, some of you will look at them and you will laugh. I understand that sometimes, okay, when situation is beyond crying, or if you have actually teared up, you've cried and you do not have any tears left, sometimes you just laugh. That's what we say in Yoruba. We say sometimes the situation can be beyond crying. And when situation is beyond crying, like it's so bad that you want to cry, but tears are not coming anymore. Sometimes it's just going to be better to just laugh. Some people don't like it. Like, what is funny? We are talking about serious thing, all of you are laughing. No, that's all they have to do. I mean, a lot of us have actually cried internally, like, why? Nigeria is in crisis, and it is a big one. And there is a trickle effect of what all of this you have been hearing. There's a trickle effect that it's going to have on the majority of those who are like below the ladder, the ones that they call the poor. Corruption is so bad that it bears poverty. Poverty is so bad that it dehumanizes man. And poverty is so terrible and so bad that it will enhance the rise in crimes, different kind of crimes, to the point that to even help those who have become the victims of a failed country called Nigeria, to say you want to help them, that in itself could actually be a total call for problems on yourself too. It is that bad that poverty has has sort of blinded the people so much that they do not mind to make victims of everyone. We are victims, so you too should be victim. And it's because we are poor now. About people who have put their own hard-earned money on enterprises, where out of sympathy, they felt like they were creating something, helping every little help. Businesses here and there that Nigerians they ran them down. They destroyed them, and the owners, they were left to lick their wounds. Country had. But the poorest of the poor that you are thinking of helping so that you can actually build an economy that you can maybe survive. I feel sorry for this guy, but it is an example of what Nigeria is. Especially a corrupt country that these criminals have created. And the reason why the criminals in Nigeria who created this failed country, the reason why they continue to have those who still defend or support them is because they are just pure reflection of the rogues and then the born criminals too, that the system, these criminals that the system has sort of popped up, those who are waiting for their own turn. I have seen videos where your supposed employee became your greatest undoing for your business. Poultry business, store business, that business, and then you pick somebody that you believe that, you are helping them economically by giving them a job, and they target your business. until you will lose it, so that all of us can remain poor. You will be in debt, they will be jobless, and everybody can go back and start complaining about how bad the government is, how bad the politicians are. How do you describe this? If you are a new startup in Nigeria or anywhere, how would you describe this experience?
As I said, the egg shot yesterday.
The egg shot yesterday. Now, I know that the egg shot yesterday. What made the egg shot? These are the things that make the egg shot. Can you see? The egg that is here is more than 2 crates.
It passed. It passed.
So I'm going to owe 3 people that is working in this pen responsible.
Hey! We know we take it for this one. We know we take it for this one.
Jesus.
You see, I'm not taking it for this one. You see, yesterday.
Hold on. Go and bring money. Go and bring like 10 crates. Bring 10 crates. Go and bring 10 crates for me. 10 crates. I want to know how many crates they kept here. Go and bring empty crates for me. I'm going to hold 3 people that is working inside this pen responsible for this case.
I don't mind the many times. I don't complain about this. Man, they take this thing, they do like this. They do like this.
So who is doing this thing? Who is that person?
Manager. That is why I'm happy because of the economy.
We will use this thing now. Find everything what they do for this pen, for this farm.
Jesus.
Who is doing this thing?
Jesus.
Nobody has said that is the one. I mean, this farm, this egg, come and pack himself here.
Jesus.
Eh?
Jesus.
The egg pack himself, put himself here.
Even the people responsible for that stealing, they are there shouting, "Hey, Shineke! Hey, God! Hey, my God! Hey, how could anybody do this? Oh, my God!" Like that. And it happens everywhere. It does. Some of them will take your stuff and they will suddenly become fatter. They are skinnier when they come into your work. But when they are leaving, they are fatter. Stealing. Because they will tell you, sorry, it's because our salary is not enough for me. It's because, I have 5 children and my husband is not working. Oh, my wife is dead. That is why I'm stealing from you. Like, do you actually know what it takes these farmers or what they have been going through since this economic jihad of APC started? Have you not been seeing some of them having to no, now, number one, what it takes you to actually feed those chickens to lay eggs. If you know, it's like they are eating money for those who have poultries to feed your chickens, to feed your from broiler to what they are before they become laying eggs. It is like they are eating money. You will be watching them and you'll be seeing your 100,000 naira worth of feed gone like it's nothing. And you have to do the same thing. Next month, you have to do the same thing another month. And you feed them that much. And you are still paying those who are working there. But they blame you for their poverty. Please have mercy now. Have mercy of God. Have mercy on us now. You know that we are poor. You know that we are poor. I've got 5 children. I am suffering. I don't have this or that. But if you don't find out, you are running your business at loss. Finally, you are unable to pay them anymore. And then, they don't even mind. Don't pay us. At least we make more money from stealing your egg or stealing your chicken. So if you catch them, they will gaslight you. They will shout God. They will use God. They will use everything to kind of threaten you. And you'll become a bad person. Now so rich people, they do. That is why I don't like rich people. They have been begging him since yesterday. Now he's threatening that he's going to arrest them. He's already told the police. If you arrest them now, who is going to be feeding their children? That's why I don't like all these rich people. They will blame you. And that is what a corrupt country does. Corrupt country creates poverty. Since poverty is inequality, then it will create so many other crimes that are always going to be there. In that poverty state, even those of you who believe that you are better off, they will draw you down. They will drag you down. They will pull you until you find yourself inside that pit of poverty. A lot of us we are paying black taxes, and we are trying to get a cure from that. And we should probably be holding in August. We should be hosting a 7-day revival, fasting and prayer for all of us outside Nigeria, in the diaspora, that within 7 days, make the universe cleanse us of the affliction of black taxes. Are you with me? Because even at that, you will realize that everything about Nigeria, in all sincerity, if you are not careful, it is to drag you back into what you are running from, poverty. And when I saw that video, I felt sorry for the owner of the farm. He is happy he saw them. That doesn't mean that his dilemma is over. A society that they have created army of poor people. That society has created army of different criminals. And every one of them is out there to get you. Every one of them. So it's up to you now. If you want to go in there or not. On the issue of those who are investing in that place, who are taking the risk. Just know that you know what you are getting yourself into. If you're opening a business there, just know that on the side, you could at the same time be opening a charity. Because last, majority of them inside your establishments, they are coming from the background of where they believe stealing from you could actually be an opportunity that you can't miss. Even if your business is going to die due to that, where it's an opportunity. They are coming from a hard place created by the criminal politicians in that space. So you are always going to be a victim of what they have created. Do the math. And that is why in this situation, as a would-be victim of a contraption called Nigeria, you also need to be very careful that you do not walk straight into their trap. If you are in Lagos, stop crossing their motorway, their expressways, or else this could be your lot.
Madam, don't stand up. My friends, don't let them embarrass. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself.
For your own good, it's just an advice. Lately, I have been seeing videos like this. If you are in Lagos, for your own, number one, for your own safety, stop crossing the motorway. For your own safety, it doesn't make any sense. I've crossed it too. And I've watched people get knocked down by a fast-moving car on Lagos, on Ikorodu. What do you call that place again? Ikorodu Road. Around Pangrove and Obanikoro. It's not safe. I know a lot of you give different excuses why you have to cross the road. It's not safe. Your life and all that is not safe. But on the other hand, to avoid embarrassments like that, where even those who are trying to, those ones who are like, arresting them there, the Kai guys, they are not arresting you because they love you or love your life. Oh. They don't. It's not because they don't want you to die. Oh. They are arresting you because that is also a means of revenue generation for them too, because they are given targets. The target with the way Nigeria is right now, in the Tifnumbu's Nigeria, don't go crossroad for Lagos. So they will just use you as part of the revenue generation contributors. Because from what I heard, some of these Kai people, they have targets. The more they catch you, is the more they make money, and possibly their bosses enjoys their weekends. The choice is yours, just so you know. I was talking about being used and dumped. The people of Ibejuleki in that same Lagos, they had to come out today because you've heard about the landmark. Landmark is this multi-billion naira investment. It's a beach resort where you have all kinds of games, family resort, adult kind of meet up, boat cruise, or should I say cruise trip and all of that. It's meant to be a multi-billionaire business there that is expected to also generate over 2,000 jobs. That's massive. But they said part of the land, which is the sea, where they were to have their beach, is the property of the Nigerian government, federal government. So they want to build the coastal highway along there. So there's been controversy of, why would they do this now when they can easily redivert the blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they are not the only problem. They are not the only victims of that shenanigans going on in that route. The newly created route called the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. There are so much fraud and fraudulent activities going on, like taking people's lands in the name of we are building new road, only for the owners of those lands who have been there, like our land, though, to realize that those lands have now been like allocated to be sold to God knows who. But we thought you said this land was for development and for highway. Then the highway go get to this or this part too. Who are you selling our land to? We thought you said it's for the highway. I said, so it's kind of going on, I mean, right now, development and then robbery. Nigeria will never cease to amaze you. But one thing that actually jots me from what this man had to say is the fact that they are the people that they are always used during election. How can you now do this to us after election? Say, oh, Baba, sorry. I'll help you tell the world that they are taking your lands. See, they have names. So I think I actually have the names of all the communities in the area. If you are from the area, you probably will know this. In Lagos, if you are from Iwerekun, Solu Olorunmila, Olorunmija. If you are from Awofe and somewhere around the Odushino coastal communities, they are those who are like next to those sea there. They have always been looking for the time to kick all of them out since they started their Lagos Atlantic projects along that line. And indeed, they also have their own Lekki Deep seaport. You see all these communities that are still there, they will go into extinction in the next 5 years. And they know it because the entire place is already kind of like they've already hide the entire place. When I still did it, they give themselves ballet and all of that. It's just a matter of time. Ibejuleki people says Tinubu shouldn't do this to them.
Gbogbo àwọn leaders wa APC náà ni àwọn tá ń sọ̀rọ̀ inú APC náà ni ìlú ìwérèkó orílẹ̀ èkó ṣe méjì ni tí wọ́n bá lọ wo yìí ní àwọn chairman wa náà wọ́n lè jẹ́rìí chairman Ìbẹ̀jùlẹ́kì wọ́n lè jẹ́rìí sí ibi gómìnà Sọ̀yà Olú náà lè jẹ́rìí sí kí wọ́n wo ohun tó ń jáde nínú ìbò wa ní báyìí àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ méjì tí o kò wá yẹ kó jẹ́ demolition yìí ni wọ́n máa fi ṣe ìdúpẹ́ fún wa lẹ́yìn tí gbogbo ìyà tí a ti jẹ lọ́sàn-án lóru kó wá yẹ pé wọléwọlé yìí ni wọ́n máa fi wá dúpẹ́ fún wa kò tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn bẹ́ẹ̀ kò tẹ́ ìlú lọ́rùn kò tẹ́ community wéré kò lọ́rùn kọ́ má fi ilé wíwó kọ́ fi dúpẹ́ fún wa kọ́ má fi ṣe ẹ̀ta ní fún wa abẹ́ wọn ni wọ́n dàbọ̀dàbọ̀ ẹ ṣe.
Bàbá ẹ lọ park ẹrù yín. Even though personally, I know that it is totally uncalled for. But it won't be the first time that Ifnobu is taking over people's lands in Lagos, giving them to his friends in the name of development, only for you to see them as private land and private properties. And the owners of the land, far gone, displaced, their houses and homes destroyed. Who are you going to go to? Go and do press protest. Go and protest. Who is going to now change that? Nobody changes it. That is what Nigeria represents. That is what Nigeria is. And that's for the people of Ibejuleki. My time is almost up, and I really do want to take calls tonight if you will be interested in adding to this. However, we won't round up without having to give the credit to this, the chess master. The chess master. I've been a chess grandmaster. Tunde Onokoya. You see, this young man started, the project called the Chess in the Slum. Tunde Onokoya, the founder of the Chess in the Slum, was a guy who decided to use chess as a means of, revitalization and then rejuvenation of the vulnerables in the society, especially the young ones. Honestly speaking, these projects have not just been life-changing projects. They are like a sort of a world-touching project, I'll put it that way. You see, Tunde went under the Oshodi Bridge, where normally you will see the abandoned children or children who ran away from home, sleeping rough under the bridge and possibly doing some menial jobs. No education, no nothing. Just there, available at the beck and call of what the Ash Society has for them. So Tunde was able to, I'm talking about a place where ordinarily, if you're not really tough, you don't go there. Places, a place where to even say you want to do something good, you would have to actually bribe them or appease them. He found comfort around them. They welcomed him. And from there, hope was birthed. And for the past 2-3 years, I've actually been following him, right? And his activities. He has been using that same position and all of the successes he's recorded in these years to bring more positive development and changes to lives of so many other young people. I mean, I have seen him. Then a few days ago, there was, until it became that more viral, right? So a few days ago, we realized I was having a 58 hours sort of marathon chess game with someone called the American chess master, Sean. And they were going to play for 58 hours nonstop. And it won't be just with Sean. It's going to be with other players. I mean, like tens or if not nearly 100 of people who also play, 100 of players who played with him. All of this was just like to raise awareness over what he's doing, giving education, giving shelter, giving clothing, and else support to the support that the society rejects, giving them new hope and aspiration. And he's been doing it so well. Like, I felt so useless that why can't I just sit somewhere and learn how to play chess? To the point that all these young people, their lives changed and their knowledge changed and they became empowered to the point that they are now those who you can point at and say, wow, I am encouraged. So he was in New York with his next, and many Nigerians have been there to see him too, by the way. He was raising $1 million for the support of the poor children of Africa. It's been everywhere, but because of our time, I'll tell you, he finally achieved his set goal. He played the chess with a lot of other players that lasted for 60 hours without losing a game. Whatever that means, it must be grand. And it's now the talk of everyone. And I want us to also see that it's not all gloom and doom. Okay? Somebody, the glory of Nigeria is mostly individual. Oh, you don't know that? Oh, it is individual. So if you are able to kind of get something or push something and achieve something, then they are likely going to say, oh, he's a Nigerian. Oh, he's a Nigerian. You know what I mean? Now, come on. The wreck and the disgrace and the destruction that has been associated to further downgrade what Nigeria is in the global space remains the main job, or should I say main aspiration of your criminal politicians in Nigeria. But individually, people have managed to kind of do their best to show to the world that if not because of this contraption, there could have been so many superstars from the countries forced together, called the people forced together to live in a contraption called Nigeria. There could have been so many countries that could have been shunning out great and great men and women that would change the world. But in Nigeria, they killed them. I'm happy for Tunde. A great job and a great achievement. The moment he ate, I think, 54 hours before the last 6 hours on record. You want to see?
Once you get to 55% plus out there, are you ready? Okay, now I will start to song because the concept of our slum is 6% out there. Are you ready, guys? Yeah. Okay, 1, go! Hey! Let's go!
Because I have seen people who have been through a lot of things. I'm talking about a lot of things that has affected them. And in their recovery, some said they chose a chess. Some will say they chose this or that. And they were able to sort of like recover back from their trauma. I don't know Tunde's trauma or inspiration, and I don't want to know. But somebody saw a loophole and he decided to step in, make his mark known. And I respect somebody like that. I will always respect people like that. And I respect this. I respect this guy too. Few hours after that video you saw, he finally broke it. Now he's the world record holder of the longest chess, the longest hours of playing chess, multiple chess games, sort of. This record was said to have been held by 2 Norwegians a few years back. He's broken that now, 60 hours. And Sean had this to say about Tunde at the end of it all. Listen.
And now tonight, man, this is a special man right here. He doesn't look at what he receives, he doesn't look at anything. All he looks at is the future of the children. And I love his heart. And when I heard I was able to collaborate with him on this, I said yes right away. And I'm glad I did. You know what they say, nothing easy, I messed it up. Nothing good comes from something easy.
Just talk loud.
You know what they say, nothing good from something easy. What me and Tunde did this last 3 days was probably one of the hardest things I ever did in my life. And it seems like we were just playing the game, but we played over 200 games. And literally, I almost quit. But because he says it all the time, we do it for the kids, I said I refuse. And we picked each each other up at different moments throughout these 3 days, and it's a special day, man. God was with us.
That's some great stuff, and I hope you get inspired to do something too. All right. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for your time, and I'm going to take a quick break. If you want to still probably be part of this, the number to call is right there on your screen. Okay, use it. When I come back, I will take calls. Don't go anywhere yet, at least. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Brother Maiyegun. Good afternoon. Well, good evening in your place, sir.
I know. Good afternoon, good evening. Celia, our lady, how are you?
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us
Yes,
again.
sir.
Though. Go on.
So, about this Miyetiala and the Yoruba people, wait, agreement, what was it called?
Signing peace agreements.
Jesus. Okay, now I don't know what to call that.
Kill our farmers. They are free to go to farms now because we have now signed a peace deal. Like seriously.
This is the height of it. Because it's like
getting ridiculous. So.
Well, I don't know why. The thing, it just is like my hair was shaved off my head. Like I'm walking on my back, like I don't know, because this is like the height of witchcraft. We're seeing what is going on in the country day by day. Even people outside Nigeria are seeing what is going on. And then Yoruba people, I have seen videos of Yoruba people that the Fulanis have gone with their cows and they've eaten their cassava, their stuff on their farms. And it's painful to watch and stuff. And then some Yoruba people will not, I don't even understand. Is it that some people...
Celia, if I am allowed to really bring stories as they truly are, some of them, we probably won't have this channel anymore. If I'm allowed. Even as at yesterday, there were still people butchered like that, butchered somewhere in Itori, somewhere in Ogun State. They butchered them and they killed them. They butchered the skull like that. Fulani, they call them Fulani herdsmen. How could you call it a farmers others clashes? Now only farmers they die. We know the same way the others that sustained injury during the clash. But it's because I'm not allowed to bring all those graphic images on your screen like this. That's why I just keep them out. Is this horrible?
I'm waiting for the third thing to happen, because the first one is the people the rightful people that are fighting for a true Yoruba nation. Their fight is being corrupted in some ways with that group that, well, I think it's some kind of manipulation or something. And then now another one came up with the Fulani people trying to. Okay. So this, if you notice, these are like two things that just came up against the same people, Yorubas. Why? Why Yoruba? That is what I do not understand.
This is just about 7 weeks, less than 2 months after 3 Yoruba Obas were killed in a space of 3 days.
Thank you. Moment, I was going there.
Nothing on it.
Thank you, sir. What about the women that were raped? What about the children that were brought into this world from a union, a cursed, well, it's a cursed union anyway, so from a cursed union. What about the insecurity? So now when they agree with Fulanis, to me, that just shows pop and clear that they're scared of these people. To me, that is it.
Mm-hmm. And they have guaranteed us that we can go back to farm now. So let us be happy, Celia. They promised us we can now go back to our farms in Yoruba land.
Anyway, good luck to them. Yes, good luck to them.
We shall see.
And they are going to start with them. That man that was signing the thing, he's even turning his head to ask the Fulani man, like, if everything will be. Didn't he look so stupid?
I swear. Tell me about it.
Oh my God, where is his mother? Hey, anyway, that man, he is going to, because they need to teach him a lesson, a very horrible one at that. He is going to be on their list. He has chosen to sell his butter for a pot of soup. The innocent blood that has been shed, it will never become a river. That is my own. It will never flow in Yoruba land. Lie.
And that's
it will never flow.
To remind all of us here that, listen, actions have consequences. Even if you keep quiet, that is also an action, because we say actions and inactions, they are both the same thing. If there's something that needed to be done and it's not done, it's called inaction. If there's something that shouldn't be done or allowed, it's being done, an action is taking place. Now all of us go actually have we will all share from it, whether we keep quiet or
Brother Maiyegun, that man, I'm suspecting he's one of those baby boomers. And there are great baby boomers, don't get me wrong, guys. There are baby boomers that are really great intellectuals, but these one, the dealing, I got to Aaron, I don't even know what to call that guy. But that guy, whatever thing they have done to him, it will not reach any of us. Let it stay there with him. And he's even asking the guy for permission to assure.
Performative, just show off. It is not beyond the hall there. They said they are sending it to Tifnumbu so that Tifnumbu can help them ratify it. We shall see.
Anyway, yes, we shall see. And I'm right here. We are watching. And another thing I want to say is, sorry, I will divert a bit from this, because about the brother I met on this platform, brother Paula Penga, I know he's listening. So I've been trying to send this little help to him, but it's not been going through. He has given me account. I went to Tap Send. That is an app that I know you send money like 1 minute plus the money has entered the account. I've done businesses. I have done projects at home to sending money through that. And it didn't go through. Actually, I didn't see Dubai on the list of the countries I could do a transfer. And then I asked him, he now gave me 2 different Nigerian accounts that I have money in my Nigerian account to do transfer, which is a lot more easier than sending through the app. I even tried that like 2 times. It will tell me that the account does not exist. So we've been communicating, but I don't know what else to do, because at this point, I don't want it to be like I made a fake promise or I failed, because I don't know what he's going through. Or could it be that these Dubai people have started their witch hunt or restrictions of stuff? So I don't know at this point what to do.
Let us do it this way, Celia. Let's see the fact that you've made this known like to all of us, and he's probably going to see or hear that too, right? Then he will reach out, okay? And I will say, talk to him, all right? Now that he knows that you've been having problem with all those information, okay? Well, thank you anyway. Thank you.
Yeah, he knows, because we've been chatting. He knows. So I don't know.
Another means of getting it, you know? If he's not going into one until he finally goes into, but it has to be the one he gave you himself. Sure, you get. So, and then see how it goes.
Yeah.
Celia,
All right, God help us in this struggle. We'll continue with this struggle. We're not backing down. We're not backing down. That's my own. Thank you.
Stay safe, okay? You have a very good one, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Now, I have another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Wow.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all. How are you?
It's been a while. It's been quite some time I wanted to reach out to you, but then the channel has become the gate of heaven.
It can really be very, lately, right? YouTube has been a mess to start with, okay? So it simply means that at this time of the year, for some reason, they chose to shut down their algorithm for this channel, which means not everybody gets the notification that Maiyegun is live. So therefore, the traffic is not so massive. And a lot of people can still get a chance now. Those who are always finding it hard to get through, like yourself right now, it could be easier these days.
Oh, well, anyway, I'm happy to be here tonight again. This is Damilola from Nigeria, though.
Dami, I know. Thank you so much, Prof. So how is everything?
Yeah, fine. I would say I'm fine, but I don't know about every other person's right here in Nigeria. Because it has really, the country is a real mess. Yeah, well, I'm here to share some of my experiences. And one of the videos I saw on the program today is one of the reasons I'm calling. So although I have other things I want to touch on as well. The video where Kai was arresting people and pushing them in the one thing I've noticed in Lagos is if Lagos State hires anyone and puts this uniform on them, the moment you get close to them, you realize they are just stouts, all of them, including their bosses in the office. If they are listening to me, I've had encounters with them, and I've had encounter with the last smart people.
So
I've had encounter with the
last
smart people.
Act unprofessionally anyway.
Yes, I was watching this video and I'm saying to myself, if those ladies are close to me, I would sue them. What's the point roughhandling them, pushing them, touching their bum and pushing them into the vehicle? For whatever reason, I would say, okay, yes, I agree that they've done something against the law of the land. Let them get punished for it. And I'll come back and sue you for harassment. That's assault on those guys, pushing their bum, people that are married. And
that's why people think that you can't fight government in that place. As lawless as it is, right? You can sue them and actually win them. The problem is, would they ever actually pay the compensation? That's the only problem. Or you can sue them and win them. Yes, you can.
And win them. The truth is, F their compensation. Nobody needs their money. They are just part of S and all these idiots that all over it. The encounter I had with them last year was so bad I had to curse their boss in the office. I was going to Victoria Island that particular day and I noticed some funny movement on my tire. So I had to park under the bridge at Adeniji. I don't know if you know that place, approaching VI from 3rd Mainland Bridge.
Right.
So before I even parked at all, they have surrounded me already. And I was trying to explain to them that normally I wouldn't park here. I just wanted to check my tires and be sure I'm safe on the road and all of that. They didn't even allow me to talk and they just, okay, let's go to the office. They even wanted to tow my vehicle. I'm like, are you people normal? This is not a faulty car. So why do you want to tow my vehicle? So I had to follow them to their office. When I got to their office, I saw one of their bosses dressed neatly and I feel, okay, maybe this one will have sense. I should just talk to him. So I got to him and the first thing he told me when I explained the situation was that, well, it is none of his concern. If I die for my creator. At that point, I felt so bad. I didn't know when I said, could I need that for him, sir? The moment I said that, I told him whatever the case is, whatever you want to write as bill or ticket, do it right now. Write it, I'll go and pay. And I'll make sure that even call it 100,000, I'll pay it. Then I'll come back and still tell you what I said earlier that could need that for me. So I paid the money, I came back.
Is it lack of professionalism, or it's just a general Nigerian thing where people don't have empathy?
They are just not. Yes, Nigeria has a problem of empathy, but I feel these guys are just not the right people to fill those roles. They are just out picked from anywhere because they are supporting their rogues, their drug dealers. That is the point. It's not as if, I mean, there are people that are ready to work and are professional enough to handle situations like that. When they say people should not park on the road, it doesn't mean they shouldn't park if they must park. In that situation, I must park.
And there's a time you have to as well. Listen, even here, right? If you have problem with your car on the highway, there's hard shoulders, okay? And if you, by any means that you can't get to the hard shoulders, and you ended up having to still park on the highway, despite all those moving fast cars, I bet you, maybe in another 10, 15 minutes, you are going to see one of those patrol vehicles that will come, first thing to guarantee your safety and say, listen, you need to leave that car and move away from it. They want to know, is there any problem? Are you expecting, is your car 40? Nigeria, once your car park, they will block you. Because the purpose is not because they want to protect the road users.
It's not for your safety. They just want to extort you. That's all they want to do. I mean, we're all in Lagos when Ambode was there. And the truth is, I feel that is one of the reasons Ambode was even forced out. He wasn't living to the expectation of their Ikoyi landlord.
And
if anything happens on the road when Ambode was there, in 5 minutes, things have been cleared up and nobody is extorting anybody. Those people were sent back to their offices. So, I mean, they're just a bunch of idiots. Each time you see these things, you just feel bad psychologically, mentally, and all. Anyway, that's about that. The other thing I wanted to call on was the issue of Onitiri and all. I thank God the woman has been exposed in a way, but I still believe that people are not still opening their eyes to certain things, which I want to point our eyes to at this moment.
Go on, please.
The very first day I saw the lady, I told my girlfriend, I said, this is Tinubu's handwork. Because if you are looking for intelligence, it's not there. And if you check on her background, I'm someone that when I hear things, I don't just live on whatever you are saying. I try to check your background and all. If you check this lady's background, she's only a prostitute. So at the end of the day, what Tinubu did with the lady was he needed something to rubbish the Yoruba Nation's campaign.
Criminalize it.
And that was what he was able to achieve.
And now you see that house they went to go and demolish in Ibadan. It's for a purpose. Now they will tell everybody in Yoruba land, if you rent your house or property to the self-determination people, government will demolish it.
Government will demolish it.
If your child go join them in the advocacy for self-determination, government will arrest them. So this is going to be the new fear unlocked. Don't be so?
Of course. I was actually coming there, but good, you are talking about it already.
Damn.
I mean, if in developed countries and in sane countries where things are running the right way, when things like that happen, demolishing the house is not the next thing. You could seize the house, use it as government. Use it for government agencies and all of these other things.
No, you can't even do that. You have to. It has to be. No, the property can become a sort of a case of sort of litigation. Okay, to say, oh, the government believes that this property has been used for illegal this, and that. You will still have to give the owners of the property to fight it. You don't make declarations.
Yes. I mean, let them
taking it. No, you don't take people's property here. But Nigeria, more now demolition. No. To send a warning.
I mean, it's just Nigeria is just all over the place. And finally, because I want to allow other people to, lend out their thoughts too. The country is such in a mess now that each time you're working, you're waking up, you're doing anything, it's not just about the government anymore. It's about the people. You feel endangered. People can't even think straight anymore. I saw the video where they are giving bag of rice and they are praising their oppressors. I saw the video of where they are protecting a popular thief, Bello. I mean, what's wrong with these people? Why did God choose to create some of us same people among these animals? I feel so endangered every day. You can't even help Nigerians. If you help them, you eventually regret. Little things, they turn back at you, and you even get to, blame yourself for doing the right things.
You will realize that they're actually taking all of their frustration out on you until you feel like
on you, exactly.
What I do now?
Exactly. I was telling a friend recently that if you think people are running out of the country only for financial reasons, then you are mad.
You are. In fact, they are ignorant in it. More than mad,
because what we are looking for is where we can call home, where there is comfort. Your mental health is safe. I mean, you're not scared of one Agbero coming out from somewhere and just saying, bring your money for not doing any work for you. I mean,
he was killed in the East. I think he was killed in the East yesterday because he didn't give bribe. But they just finished that guy. That guy is like
the truth is,
his name. Like they just shot him.
The truth is that happens in Lagos almost every day. So I mean, it happens almost every day. They might not kill him. They will own you, spoil your car. You know, they just have this free hand. I mean, touts everywhere. In my area now, if you are bringing anything in, say you buy sound, your contractors are bringing things in and all. You just see that once they get to the junction, they will call you that some people have taken them hostage and they wanted money. For what? They will say they can't pass without paying them. If you pay them 1,000 naira, they won't collect until you give them 5,000 naira. For carrying your own sand in your own vehicle, not that they are buying fuel for you or anything.
You are talking about.
I mean, it's just
as a construction. I mean, as a construction stuff, right? I'm talking about
people
who are like they are targeting this one. They say you saw those lorries that we see coming from Apapa, passing through Lagos, and maybe going somewhere else and all that, right? People are now stopping them on the road. If you do mistake, go avoid the expressway. In your way coming from Apapa, you can't enter one street, can't enter here or there. They can bill you like 100,000 before your truck would.
Mr. Maiyegun, I am not exaggerating. If you put too much load in your car and you cannot close your boot, you pass those junctions now, they will collect money from you.
They will stop you and say, oh yeah, you have to pay. You are carrying load.
I mean, what exactly is then the problem?
Your house. You come out of your house, you are expecting delivery. Something that normally back in the days, our boys are Dubo, they will gather, they help you take that thing inside, help you set it, do all with, you know what I mean, without asking for anything.
Yes.
These days, they won't help you carry anything. No, they will tell you that thing they cannot drop it here until they pay you, until you pay.
Until they pay, exactly, exactly.
I'm mostly in Lagos.
It's just the country is just all over. I do tell my friends, if not for the job I'm doing here, Lagos is the list of places I want to stay. It's not safe. Nothing is just okay in the States. That's the truth.
And you just have to live your life.
I mean,
fear of what's going to happen, and you have to be saying that we really big cool. Papa,
exactly.
Only mad people really.
What are they calling? What's it called? Standard of living. Then, if all of us have to be mad.
You understand? That's going to be the standard of living. I say, you want to live in Lagos, your money is not enough. You need to be mad. I say, okay, how can I be mad? Don't worry, they will teach you. After 2 months in Lagos, you go learn how to be mad. You know? See, Dami, God bless you, man. Thanks for calling in tonight, okay? It's really great.
You're welcome. Thank you. You are doing a really good job. And I just pray that God will continue to help you, Charade.
Amen. No, I need Mommy, you have a good one, okay?
Yeah, good night, sir. I just pray that God will continue.
Hello there.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir.
Well done.
Baba.
Yeah, this sir.
How are you?
You see, fine. You see, what is happening now in Nigeria? You see, the last time Nnamdi Kanu went to court, he said the people that are causing this atrocity in the Igbo land, it has the hand of the government inside.
He said it.
Yes. So now, you see, if there should be any other Yoruba nation agitator going on in Yoruba land now, if they see that this thing doesn't work, the next thing is you start seeing them shooting sporadically, killing people in Yoruba land. Because their aims and objective is to quench this Yoruba agitation, whatever.
Like it should be discontinued, discouraged.
Yes, because if you follow the story very well, they wrote script for that Baba and that girl. And the script is they make sure that what are the tactics that Yoruba agitators are using to move this message forward, to get this. So that girl mentioned, that Baba mentioned that they started giving them flyers.
Yes.
Because that is what those that are agitating for this Yoruba or in back home in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, that is the style they are using. So the Baba follow that. You can see that it's a script they wrote for that Baba and that girl. Then that girl now said, they said that we will be having freedom of this and that and that.
That they promised that they will have good life, they will have a job, and they would. I mean, she was going to be better off once she participated.
Exactly. It was a script. They gave it to them. Yes, they acted it. So, and the reason behind this is they want it to stop. Then what happened again? Just on Thursday, they said they signed agreement with the Fulani.
Agreement with Fulani.
That is a blank check. We've already gave blank check to the Fulanis.
Hey.
So now they can do whatever they want now.
Hey.
You will see what will happen after
are we
this one.
expecting the Miyegun to help us stop the Fulani terrorists from killing us, like Fulani Miyegun to help us fight the Fulani terrorists coming to kidnap us or kill us? Like, is that what the deal is about? Because I do not even understand the peace agreement. Peace with who?
Exactly.
And peace from what?
So what they want now is they want to put stop to it. So if it doesn't end there now, then another tactics will be what they were doing in Igbo land, in the east, shooting.
Use them now, say people and call them unknown gunmen, but they will not call them unknown gunmen. Like they will say they are the Yoruba agitators called you. They will just twist it until it becomes criminalized. Wow.
Exactly. Because they want to label Yoruba nation agitator
violent,
and the way they name IPOB. That's what they were doing. They would just want to do. Now, when this man in Ibadan, I don't want to mention his name, Oriomi or whatever, I'm sad. We went to that second house. The guys they calling, those guys said they could find 10,000 wears of army uniform. Do you know how 10,000 wears of army uniform would? 10,000s of army uniform.
That's that house production. I don't believe they have 10,000, right? Because I saw the bag of the uniforms they saw. But I could see, but that's why somehow I felt like Oriyomi Amzat is also helping them in this regard to spread that misinformation.
Exactly.
To make it look like, but even though he's pretending to be like, they said it's another faction, no. It's not the faction of Igbo, so that don't want to sound like it's against them.
He doesn't want to step on the toe of
Igbo. You get that? But making us believe that it's so dangerous. Oh, look at what they are doing. Oh, they want to destroy Yoruba land. Oh, they want to and all of that stuff. It's helping them spread the narrative.
Exactly.
Very true. And that's very
Oriyomi Amzat is like Citizen Advice Bureau in Yoruba land.
Right.
Citizen Advice Bureau in that they were operating in UK here, that if you have problem, you don't want to take it to court. First, go to the Citizen Advisor office. That is what Oriyomi is in Ibadan, in Yoruba state. So it's working for now. So you see Oriyomi program. He used to brought one old man to that his studio there. The old man said to him 3 days ago that they sold Nigerian but to UAC at £865,000.
Yes.
That man has history book that he used to roll, he's an old man. It's not that old, he's in his 70s.
It is how much the UK, British colonial government gave to that gold digger,
UAC.
To say, okay, you know what, we are buying the Royal Niger company from you, and we are cancelling your Royal Niger charter. So it's now going
Exactly.
to, it's going to be our business now. You take this. And he got his pay and he walked away.
Exactly. And you heard all this and you were not happy that we want to we want to you know, and also look at this man. So you were hearing all this story and you were still surprised. Why do we want to break out of this contraction? It shouldn't cut you as surprise.
They
that
put on their hypocrisy. And I understand. I do understand them because listen, Baba. Me, if I am in Nigeria, I may not be this vocal. I could have probably, and if I wanted to be this vocal, I could be in jail. But sometimes I just feel like, you know, in the pretense of not wanting to have a face-off with these guys in Nigeria, somebody like Oriyomi and Co. trying to want to be smart and play smart. At the same time, you shouldn't use your own platform to mislead the people and give a very wrong impression about something that is so legit, simply because these guys have done what they have done. That is my own ground.
Exactly.
But it is what it is.
Yes. Also, yes. Maiyegun, keep going. We're watching.
We all are watching. And we must all know that we are all watching. The table will turn. For now, those who are kind of like shaking the ground and telling us that nothing will happen. There are some of us who believe that the table will turn. When the table turns, this is exactly what we want to happen then. All that we have been saying. Baba? Thank you so much.
Let me tell you, do you remember that? That day they went to Igbo house. I didn't mean that lady is not in that house. They would have said is on his Igbo against his other talks. Or maybe APC talk or PDP talk that came to come and invade Igbo house.
And now they'll make up
exactly. They would defend it. They won't they won't accept it that they is from DSS or Nigeria.
They wanted to kill everybody in the house that night.
Exactly.
Because I remember how it happened that night, Baba. Before you go, right? They brought in a guy who they believe is the local government chairman of that Igbo's area in Ibadan. Okay, he was the one who brought the DSS guys. So when they got outside, he personally was calling Igbo to come out. We know that you are inside you. But out. If you don't come out, we are going to have to come in. But out. Meanwhile, they were calling him. They brought another person who happened to be like a Babalawo Baba. It's so funny. So that one was busy for like an hour in front of Igbo's house. He was making incantation. He was doing all of that. And they said they were neutralizing Igbo inside. In all of this, Igbo was on the phone with the leader of the DSS. This is so like it was like they were calling him to, you know, come out. We are going to come in. We are going to come in. Then the next thing, from nowhere, the guy who they said is local government chairman, he left. What do you call it? The Babalawo they brought to the gates. That one left. And just like that, as they were leaving, this lady has already started their live broadcast dead. Somebody just came and they came to tell them that that lady is live. That lady is live. A video is live from the house. By then, Babalawo has left. This one has left, and they have made up their mind that shoot anything that moves inside the house, anything that moves. But they, around that time, it was the time they told them that everybody is already watching what is going on. So they broke in, and the lady was screaming. They have broken. They have just shot so person now. They have killed so and so. They are going to break into my room soon. That was what saved the life of everybody in the house that night. That's the only thing that saved everybody. If not, all of us will just wake up the following morning.
Silence.
And we'll see dead bodies. And they will say, those people, Igbo and others, they returned fire. They were shooting at them. That's why they killed them. So that lady, what is her name again? Lady K. I swear, Baba, that broadcast of that night was what saved the life of the rest of those people they picked up in the house. When they wanted to kill that guy, they killed Adogon. Baba, even though the rumor was that they shot at him and the gun didn't enter. No, they didn't shoot at him, at the gun didn't enter. They held him, all right? And they did everything to break his head. They broke his head until he gave up. They didn't shoot him. It was like that. They held him in the house like this, and they smashed his head. The only person shot is Igbo's, maternal uncle. That other man shot, who happened to be a car dealer. He was invited to Igbo's house that night. That Igbo is around. Oh, yeah, come, let's talk about that business. So, and he was there that night. That was the one they grabbed, and they shot at him. They killed him. So they were going from room to kill everybody. Until they told them that Igbo has escaped. Though we can't see him. He's not in the room. It's not. They became so enraged. And they started smashing all the cars in the compound, everything in the place, started firing everything everywhere. And they decided to pack everybody in the house out. So they marched all of them from each room, marched them outside, lined them up, including the 2 people they killed. So we would have woke up that morning, and they would have said 15 people killed, including Igbo in his house. And they would say, Igbo opened fire on the DSS. What do you expect them to do? And the propaganda would have went like that.
Yes, exactly. Baba, well done. Carry on. Thank you. Nice one, Baba.
It was a very much terrible things that happened in that place that sometimes I feel like those who have died, they shouldn't die in vain. And those of you who are so hypocritical and selfish, you should never try to profit from the death of these people. No matter what you think they're offering you or the comfort you probably feel like, it is what it is. Hello there.
Good evening, Mr. Maiyegun. Thank you for
good evening, sir.
For all that you are doing. There is a university of wisdom and exposition.
Welcome to the temple. Okay. Bless you, man.
Okay. Yeah. Please, I want to draw your attention back on the kind of the genesis of this very matter. I believe that this democracy is my turn and the rest that a lot of people are still being carried away. But what I want to really emphasize that when Goodluck was removed because of when Boko Haram issue has started, that all our people still do not understand because they are still playing on tribe, they still believe democracy and so on. They never understand that what we call one world system that is being operated by the Western powers, that the new one world system world order is to recolonize Africa with terrorism. So that is what's going on. That people should not think that Nigeria is practicing democracy. People should know that Nigeria has been taken by terrorism. And the people that agree that Nigeria should be taken by terrorism are the people that are in power. And that is why they throw Goodluck out. So when we see
Buhari calamity we are experiencing, and it seems it's a mean to an end, Abi, like we are still going somewhere with all of this. So
yeah. So the people like Buhari, El-Rufai, Tinubu, and their gang, APC, Akada People's Congress, and the crooked politicians from North, South, East, West, they all signed into this new world order. And that is what the Mali people, the Niger people, and Burkina Faso, that is what they rejected, because those guys that took power from in those countries, those military guys, or the civilians that help them, those civilians knew what is going on, because this thing exploded when they get rid of Gaddafi. So they knew, and that is why the civilian population backed their military to take power so that they're able to defend themselves, because America and the rest, they don't care what happened to our people. It's a kind of recolonization. And if our people should go back and reflect what really happened to us during slavery, what really happened to us during colonization, that is what is happening right now. Because if we look at it, that it is our own brother there, our sister there, and so on, they are in power. They are not in power. It's just that they agree that we should be recolonized, that we should be sold away, that everything, every aspect of our life to be destroyed, that our land will be taken over. Even if the Fulani herdsmen are black people, they are all members of Al-Qaeda, and they sign into this one war system so that crisis will ruin the whole of Africa while these colonial powers continue to exploit Africa.
When we are busy killing ourselves, when are we going to develop? When are we going to actually build anything competitive? That sounds so right to me. Because this is not making any sense, though. Like brothers killing brothers for what?
Okay, so that is what is on, and the only solution is that every person, man or woman, boy and girl, in that space, in that Nigeria yard, this crime scene, they should know that these people are after their lives. It's just that they are using black people like us. They are after our life because they want to take over the land so that they will continue to do exploitation. Okay, let me bring your mind back. Why is it that every time a new administration come in, you still see the budget money to repair refinery? You still see the budget money for all kind of infrastructure. You know that this infrastructure is that the Western powers don't want any of those infrastructures to get on, because if those infrastructures are working, our crude oil
will be less dependent on them.
Yes, we will know what is happening to our crude oil. I spent 5 years working with them. Do you know that those facilities in the crude oil status is owned by foreign companies? No Nigerian man has any tool, any facility that have to do with exploration of Nigeria crude oil. I work with them.
And now none of the technology is our own. Nigeria is oil producing.
None of them.
But now Shell, they drill the oil for them. Nigeria don't get machine to drill any oil anywhere.
No, nothing. NAPC, nothing. DPRO, nothing. It's just that the oil belongs to the Western world. And every man that is thinking Nigeria have oil, Nigeria doesn't have oil. And the only thing that will make us to take it back is that we are going to fight. And people that are not ready to fight, even our brothers that are in power, we are going to fight all of them. Because if we don't fight all of them, look at how it's going to end. They will take everything, and the people that are in Nigeria, they will not have a place to go. Because the country I am, if you see what is coming out from the mouth of the politicians, none of the African people will be welcome. So that is why that every person should wake up. They should do like Mali. They should do like Burkina Faso. We should do like Niger. The problem is the Western world doesn't want any good thing concerning black people, mostly in Africa. So if we don't get rid of it, we are all gone. Because look at in Africa, that is the place we have our land. That is the place we have community. Okay. Now, in this place we don't have enough money to buy land. We don't have enough money to buy.
Even when we have mortgage, the land is still not our own.
It's not our own. So it's a kind of they want to
have something that is connected to indigenous land of our own. Is that place that they want us to live?
Yes. Yes. So it's like what happened during colonial time. They disinherited our people and they cut off from their ancestral land. So this time around, they want to disinherit us again and cut off from our ancestral land. We have to stop it. We have to stop it.
Thank you.
So thank you. That's my contribution. Thank you.
You have spoken well. You have a wonderful evening, man. Thank you so much. Even though listen, YouTube and about 100 of us, left on Facebook. It's lots of ways to get if you want to talk Maiyegun good life, on Facebook, you can do comments. It's all shares. It's that part. I don't know, it's so discouraging. It's also benefit. I don't you want share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Yes, you can. All of it. So I know what you said. I usually help your friend. Often you like the broadcast, I'm not for money. All right. Hello, excuse me, what do you mean by offering? Are you getting from plus on me this weekend? I don't know if you know about that. All people on YouTube. What do you mean by offering? Are you collecting? Are you trying to collect? That's offering. That. Another case, the GO is the is to make it I oversee that happens in the temple, that happens in the channel, and that is the general that came there. And yeah, we're taking sort of it. Network something because my camera is doing it's yeah, I think it's a network delay. Okay, that will happen. But it's I don't know what that means. I'm going to say this because of work now. Okay, so all this that first was here. Thank you. I say I will take off. It's that is education talking about that, and for some reason that it is the why is it so chaotic?
Allow the children it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Politico, yeah, yeah. have in mind. Maiyegun don come, and in the touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don come, okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you ladder.